welcome to another edition of the Off Topic Podcast. Off Topic, where real life brings lessons, laughter, and uplifts. I am Mario. Please help me in welcoming my co-host today. I have Stovall.
Hey, and hey.
And we have Mama Kim.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Come on. I like them curls.
Okay.
Curls is pop, whopping.
A little Pocahontas going on. And we have a special guest with us today, the CEO of Flossy Decor, Miss Lanier.
Come on, Miss Lanier.
Boardroom.
She's making a return. She's making a return visit to the Off Topic Podcast. So I'm happy to have you with us tonight. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
How's the week been going?
Absolutely fantastic. Outside of this hot weather.
Oh, yes.
It's
not as hot as Texas. I ain't melting.
Right.
This ain't Texas.
It ain't hot here. Remix. Sorry. I'm hyped today, y'all. Come on.
How hot could it be in Indiana?
85 degrees. The heck?
I mean, that's not, I guess that is a little. Well, then why you get that vest on?
Everybody say this, but this is a summer vest. It's paper thin. Look.
Yeah, lightweight. Mm-hmm.
This lady asked me that too. She said, "You got your vest on? Are you a little cool?" I mean, yeah, cool. And I was like, "No, it's paper thin." Can we normalize summer gear, please? Like normalize. There's white for summer. There's white for winter. There's vest for summer. Can we normalize this, please?
Oh well, please enlighten us, because I wasn't aware. I mean, I thought a vest was a vest was a vest.
Oh, that's
absolutely not.
Look what you get for thinking. I think something was in my slushy today, y'all. My grandson didn't bamboozle me today. Maybe I'm on a sugar rush.
Maybe. Right. Don't put that on the little baby. Ain't that it?
Oh, no, I got something to put it on. Maybe I had been sipping on this a little bit.
What is that?
Kombucha.
Put it up again. Galaxy. Ain't no liquor in it.
It ain't no liquor in there.
Okay, you talking about it got you.
But Flossy Decor, let me smell it and see if it's some. No, that ain't the smell of liquor.
Oh.
Kim.
Cheers.
Come on. Cheers.
You don't tell what's in your cup, and I won't tell what's in mine.
First, I thought you were about to pull up the Mad Dog 2020 bottle.
Right. Let's still make that. Oh my God! I can tell you some.
Yes, they still make it. The strawberry banana kind.
I can get some in Chicago when we go there, boo.
Yes, you get.
It's a Thunderbird.
What you trying to say?
Oh my God! In my drinking days, Mad Dog 2020 and Thunderbird and Night Train was my shit. I ain't gonna lie.
See, I never had Thunderbird and Night Train. I only had the Mad Dog 2020.
Mad Dog 2020 is good.
Thunderbird with some Hawaiian punch.
Ooh, and I remember
what happened to that stuff? What happened? Now we got all kinds of shit for $90. Like we used to get drunk off $4.95 from the VP.
And you still can go get you some of that 211 Still Reserve.
Subscribers take notes below.
It went up. It used to be 99 cents.
Everything, inflation's happening in everything and everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, pussy has to went out. Never mind.
What you say? No more $40.
Oh no, that ain't what she said.
She trying to make this ready off.
It's been inflation with that too, Nick.
Oh, okay. My price for yesterday is not the same for today.
Yes,
I mean, my price in high school is not the same for today.
Oh, we was selling in high school.
I was giving samples away.
Oh, come on, samples. What you say? You was lining them up for later on in life? What you got then, imagine what it is now.
Not the samples. You just trying to build your clientele?
Ooh.
I don't need no clientele, sweetheart.
Oh, you just had to select few.
No, I select many.
Cheers when you right. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Nick said this is exactly what I signed up for.
Yes.
Absolutely, honey.
So I see y'all on 1,000 today. So let's get into this first clip.
Uh-oh.
Every time I talk to you, you drain me. What are you bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't look at people for what could you do for me, but after a while, that becomes a thing, especially when you're draining me.
That's a fact.
Because now I'm noticing I'm not getting watered at all from here. Okay, if I cut this off, I will be better.
It's a desert.
Yes, it's a desert here.
I don't feel like I ever cut anybody. I feel like people cut themselves off from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just pass me the scissors, really.
It's okay to be selfish sometimes, man. Because you got to be, because at the end of the day, all it is you, bro, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People can say they love you today. Yeah. People can say they'll never leave you today. They'll never backstab you today.
And do all that.
Nigga, and do all that shit, nigga, before the sun come up, nigga.
But sometimes, man, sometimes you got to leave. Sometimes you have to go away from home in order to be truly valued and appreciated. And maybe find yourself. I mean, sometimes in the wilderness, you'll find something valuable and you come back and you can really enjoy it.
Oh.
Whoa.
All right. What we got?
Go to the wilderness?
Yeah.
I don't like grass like that, but let me go to the wilderness.
Ain't that it? Come on, Nick. Start us off.
I actually had a situation like this and it kind of hurt. I was friends with someone over 7 years and it was a close relationship. Like she lives far away. So to be honest, when I consider my gas and my time, depending on who it is, I might change my mind. But this person, oh, you call? I'm on the way. But it was a particular conversation we had. And I didn't like her tone and how she spoke to me. And normally I'm a person that I'm going to call you out on it. Let's squash it. Because the next time I talk to you, I'm going to have it on my mind, right? So I prayed about it. I stayed calm. I didn't go back and forth. I didn't entertain it. And like Fabulous was saying, when he was saying, sometimes people give you the scissors. And sometimes, yeah, they waiting on you to cut it. But when you don't allow them on that timeline and you just cut it freely, it feels so much better. And that particular young lady in my life handed me those scissors when we had that conversation. And everything else after that freely cut us from each other. There's no bad blood. We're cordial. We still speak. However, she wasn't benefiting from the water I was pouring into her. And then she was just dry, not pouring no water into me. So like the young lady was saying at the beginning of the video, that's Cash Doll, right?
Yes.
With her beautiful self. Yes.
She is so beautiful.
She is naturally made up. She is beautiful.
She is.
Sorry. Like she was saying, you kind of look at that person like, what are you doing? And I feel like in this day and age, as much stuff that goes on, like this situation, like anything in your life, if you cannot show up for somebody, you are useless. And there's no reason for you to be around. That's just it. When you justify it, you force it, you make excuses. You're, like it said, you're watering a dead plant. It's dead, baby. The dirt dry. Ain't no worms in here. It's done.
I guess my question to that would be is when they said something about they gave you the scissors and cut, whatever. How do you know those were the scissors? How do you know that is the moment? In that moment, these are the scissors, and it's time to cut this off.
Discernment.
Because of how it hurt. Because of how it hurt, and the way that I was spoken to, I would never in my life speak to no friend like that. But my red flag was this was how she spoke to someone else close to her, and I was like, I ain't gonna get bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they ain't gonna do me like that. Then I was like, wait, but why wouldn't she? And then when she turned around and did it, it was like, I seen this. You show me signs. Now it's my turn. Well, let me show you. And she even reached out, was like, I kind of had an epiphany, and I feel like if I don't apologize and take accountability, I'm going to lose you. You already lost me. You're going to get my respect, and I'm going to be cordial, but you don't get my time. You don't get my attention. It hurt, because in them 7 years I poured into you. Like I told you, my gas and my time, I'll hop in the car for you. Like today, like I worked today. I had to shove some fruit in my mouth, but I was going to do that for my boyfriend, because my boyfriend would do that for me. He's never gave me a reason to not want to be there for him. He's never treated me in a way that made me feel like, dang, is he always giving in? I'm always like, it didn't feel like that. But with her, that one time, and it was that one time. I don't play baseball. We ain't got to do 2, 3, 4. No, just one time, because it hurt my feelings. And when you hurt my feelings, and I'm pacing the floor talking to myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you out before I catch you.
I guess I completely understand that. I guess I'm on the opposite end of that. I play baseball, and we'd be in ninth inning, and and I'm still trying to go into overtime, unfortunately. So, but I get it. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. It makes perfect sense. And I guess my other question would be like, sometimes when you say that, you're constantly pointing to somebody, this is for everybody. You're constantly pointing to people, and then they're not pointing to you, but to them they are. And I think that's the reason why I gave so many chances to people, because they'll give me that story that they're doing the best they can. I'm doing what I do. I'm doing this and a third. And so then I'm like, oh, well, you're doing, you doing what you can. But in reality, when I started to think about it a little more, what it comes down to is that you are really doing what's comfortable for you. I'm outside of my comfort zone to show you what you mean to me. And I'm willing to step outside of my comfort zone to show you how important you are. But yet, all in all, you're going to consistently do what's comfortable for you. And so is that really you pouring into me, or is that just you creating that illusion of pouring in, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of you can feel good to say, well, I've done this, I've done that. I've had a situation where somebody said, I've done more than I've done with anybody else, and I'm not going to do no more. Mm-hmm. And my first thought with that was like, oh, okay, well, you're doing all you can. So I guess, but then I thought about it, your best, your all ain't good enough for me. And I have to get to the point, and I've gotten to the point consistently trying to stay there to realize, hey, whatever you got ain't good enough for me. And if that's all you have to give, I appreciate that. To your point, where it can be cordial. There's no love lost. There's no hate. There's no malice. But I need to do what you've been doing to me. And it's not that situation is just now I realize that we're not aligned.
Yes. And sometimes situations bring that out. You know what I'm saying? And even if somebody this is all that you can give, I establish boundaries. And if that's all that you can give, I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Because when I give you mine, you gonna feel it. And when I'm gone, you gonna really feel it. Yeah. So if that's the best you can do, I'm not the right one for you then.
That makes sense.
And I'm sorry, that's just my standard. You have to be up to par to be around me.
That's great to hear. I've been operating without standards for so long. I don't know what standards are. All right, Stovall and Mama Kim, what y'all got?
I think I'm halfway between where you and Neek are. Just as things have happened to me in life, we need Ronnie here to say the great poet, another great poet, DMX. He just said a snake is going to be a snake. So why would you think it's not going to bite? So for me in this day and age, like people pouring into me or me pouring out, like I'm midway with that, just because I know people right now are going through so many things. People are going through so many things, and like the way that people operated beforehand, like something in the world has changed. So you don't know where these people are coming from. You don't know what they're enduring. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a standard. There's a standard that's like, okay, like I'm already asking for the minimum, and then you're not giving me that. So when that happens, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like Mario on that end, Nick. Like, I got a couple of innings, but after that, one of them innings is the ball is going to hit me, and I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm done. And then I'm just done. So then I can keep you there. Like you said, I could be cordial with you. But all of the extra stuff, no more. I'm cool. So I try to give gracious because I know that there's times that I'm not in a good spot. You know what I mean? You don't know what people are going through, especially in today's world. And we need to do another episode about this. P, you might have to look up this, but we need to do an episode about grief. A lot of people are grieving, and a lot of people are just existing. They're not living anymore. And I just think it's different from when we used to have friends. You know what I'm saying? Like in high school or in our 20s and our 30s. Like them days are gone. And I just think that our mind has to adjust to the current day too. So not so much forward, but that's why I said I'm in the middle of you two.
I don't know. Not real quick, Mama Kim, before you get started. I don't necessarily know if we need to adjust to the modern times, because I don't think that's anything wrong with how we're thinking and how we're moving. Honestly, I think that because if we keep adjusting, then they won. If that makes sense.
That's true. That's
so they're not, they're not going to do anything to. It's basically I'm going to accept whatever you give me. I think my favorite line is that people consistently will give you crumbs. And then you should be okay with that. And that's good enough for you. I'm gonna give you a piece of crumb here. I'm gonna give you a piece of crumb there. That's good enough for you. But then you giving them a whole meal, but they're giving you crumbs, and they're comfortable in doing that. And so, no, we don't need to adjust to better accommodate them, because at the end of the day, or as a result of that, they're not going to adjust to accommodate us.
That's a good point.
That's moving from your boundary. If you set that boundary and then you're adjusting, you've moved from it. So now they skating.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And the only issue that I have with continue on with the, like I can say, I can be cordial as I'm learning, because before I couldn't be cordial. I'm gonna be nasty, just nasty. That was my way of letting you know this ship has sailed. But now, so I'm in my space of being cordial. But then some people don't pick up on the cordial, meaning that, hey, I'm being cordial, I'm being nice, I'm being hello, how you doing? But we're not where we were. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, sometimes I think they want you to get nasty so they can really know, hey, this is a hard part.
And that situation I was playing to, she even said, why are you so calm? Like, I didn't say this, and that. Why? Because why do I need to? We are grown. Why can't we have a cordial conversation and work this out? If I was wrong, let's take accountability and move on. But once our voice is elevated and now I'm moving from my boundary, oh, you gonna get petty, nasty, bitch. You gonna get it, but you gonna get it when it fits the situation, not just because you didn't say some things. You're showing me your hand.
Yeah.
You don't know I got a big joker in my pocket.
Well, I was giving that off the rip. Now, all right, Mama Kim. Right, I'll start with the hatchet.
No, I think all three of you guys are right, and because I'm the older one in the group, I always say that I just look beautiful. But I've had friends from 5th grade, and I was the one who poured, and when I moved away, nobody could accept it because they always said I was the glue, and I'm like, well, hey, y'all can come where I'm at. We can still be together, and hey, I'll pay for the tickets. I was doing all of that. And I'm like, I didn't have money like that, but I was willing to pour into them because they were my friends. And then one day I came to their city and they didn't show up for me. And when that happened, I said, you know what? This cannot be a one-sided relationship. If you cannot give what I give, I don't care. We've been knowing each other for 30 years. Been through hella shit. And when I needed you the most, it was like, oh, well, you know what? I'm cool. Now I can call and tell you happy birthday. I can say happy Valentine's. I can do all of them things. But we not friends like we used to be. And so I used to be that cut off girl. I'm like, I'm cutting you off. But in my older age, I give people grace. And I think, Kim, what you hit on about people grieving. A girl at my job, she come to work every day. And one day she started crying. I was like, what's up? She was like, nobody know my dad passed away. She said, I know how to come to work. I know how to exist while I'm here. She said, but nobody even know that my dad passed away. And the only reason why I knew, because I called her on some fuck shit.
Wow.
I was like, bro, where you at?
Yeah.
She's like, my dad passed. I was like, fuck.
Oh,
but
shit.
nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody even at work knew. They just thought she was on leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that's true.
So,
another thing
that like people be grieving and you don't even know what somebody's going through. And if you have friends like that's gonna take care of you and give you that love and pour that into you, but if you the poorer, they don't even know what to really give to you because you the poorer.
Mm-hmm.
You need somebody to water you. They don't know how because you've been the one who's been the waterer the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would love to get some men on here and play that clip because, and I don't want to offend any denomination or whatever, but those guys, I think they're the Black Israelites and the Muslims. I would love to ask them this question, like that Cash Doll was talking about, because often I look at them and I be wanting to say, like, how do you protect Black women? Like, how do you give to, water into, and protect Black women? Because y'all standing on these corners, y'all asking us for money, and I'm jumping subject. I'm not subjects, but I'm jumping facets because it looks like all of us literally went to the friend bucket on. Yeah, we all went to the friend bucket on that. So I want to jump to another facet of that type of situation to romantic relationships. Like, how are Black men pouring into us, or men, period? Just how are men pouring into women nowadays?
Well, with all due respect, and I don't want to get too deep in this, but with all due respect, I think that the issue with Black men, you say how are they pouring into y'all? You'd be surprised. A lot of y'all don't require that. So for all y'all that require that, when they meet y'all, it's a lot of work. So I'm gonna go next door to the young lady that's don't require that, and then and there's always the option of going to the
other race.
Exactly. And so it's amazing how many women are willing to just accept
crumbs.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, I just wanted to go to another side of that. Yeah, because like we all with our answer went to the friend portion of that, but like the romantic side, because I'm telling you, I don't want to be rude, but when the guys are asking for money, I'm like, do you find this weird? Like, I'm the woman, you're the Black guy or the white guy. You're the male in this situation, not even no color.
But I think not to cut you off, but I think we need to kind of go. We probably would need to research that, because I know in the Muslim culture, you're looking at it as that's the guy and he should be. But I think they look at it in a different way. So it's probably something we probably need to kind of research and come back to, because I know that I was told that back in the I had a friend that dated somebody that was Muslim, and like when they went to the mosque. Yeah, like the men they entered, but the men went to one side, the women went to the other side. So it's a division thing. So them getting money from you may not be an issue of them feeling like they need to protect you or anything like that. It could be just a matter of that that's what you should be doing for your Black man, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta. Yeah. We definitely.
We said a topic for another day.
Yes.
Just one comment on that. Even though Mario said, yeah, it'd be easier to go to Becky or Barbara or Karen, but why isn't the Black woman worth that work? Because as you can see, there are a lot of examples of strong Black women who effortlessly stand for the Black man without asking. So why isn't she worth the work? Why is it just? And to me, sometimes, and I'm sorry, but to me, sometimes that's what watered down the couple. When it's a Black man with a white woman, you automatically assume she carrying all the kids, she carrying all the weight, she the one that's doing this. Why wasn't it enough to step up and do that for the Black woman? Because she was going to hold you accountable, because she was going to make sure that you were actually a parent, not just somebody on the couch with your feet crossed while she cooked. Like, to me, that's where my mind goes.
Yeah. But I hate to say that, but there's a lot of Black women that will accept those same things.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so in reality, it's about going to what's easier. That girl, you know what I'm saying? A lot of men, they'll go to, not these full figure women on the panel here today, but they'll go to a voluptuous woman thinking that, oh, she got low self-esteem, she just gonna take whatever I give her and she gonna give me type of thing. for men, it's a game. It's a game. It's almost like a, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get all I can and stuff like that. And that's the game that's being played in a lot of ways.
Like that TikTok couple, that lady, it went viral. I was hearing it on the radio for like a few weeks, and they even nicknamed it Big Bag because nobody's seen her, but was like, oh, that had to have been a big girl who accepted a man's lie. No, a lot of people accept men's lie. Everybody do. It wasn't just a big bag.
It's really what we haven't touched on. Loneliness is a big factor when women accept bullshit.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
if you lonely, sometimes men can smell it on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a drug. It's an addiction. Companionship is an addiction. I'm telling you.
Like my mom with the Africans, that's a real thing. Like I joke about it, but she seriously has been doing this 2-3 years. She loves Grand Rising Queen. Like she guaranteed she didn't pay for it to get this Grand Rising every morning, and she's content. She's content. Let me call and interrupt. Oh no, he call it. Well, damn, your Grand Rising so important you can't talk to me. But like you said that, and she'll say, "Shaniqua, you're married. You're happy. Why? I don't have that." And I had to be honest and understand that.
Well, Nick, I'm here to tell you, it ain't just the Africans in the Grand Rising. They come in the form of a young tender Ronii too, because my pops does that to me. I say, it's so funny your phone don't work when I call, but every time I'm on the phone with you, and needless to say, we'll shift gears here. Nonetheless, so all right, so this is Pride Month. June is Pride Month, so we are going to have a little Pride conversation today. So our first clip will be geared towards that.
For people that really know me, my friends, my coworkers, some members of my family, this isn't some huge surprise. I've been living in a glass closet for the most part, but now I wanted to let you out there, the viewers out there that wake up with me every morning, to know a little bit more about me. And coming out to new people is never easy for me. I am so nervous right now, I'm not gonna lie. This is no doubt the most people I've ever come out to at once. But what me and Alicia and John and Cece and everyone here on Sunrise strive for is authenticity. And I can't preach that without being my authentic self. So I want to say a big thank you to Care 11 for allowing me the space, more than any other station that I've worked at in the past 13 years, to just be me. I'm also thankful for my amazing friends, my partner, my family, and everyone who has supported me along this journey. And for anyone that is watching this now who is struggling to find acceptance or struggling with their family or their friends, take it from me, a gay, black son of immigrants. The road may not be easy. I won't lie to you and say that it is, but don't worry, keep going. You're gonna make it.
All right, thoughts on that?
I loved his term of a glass closet. Yes. Because I think a lot of people live in a glass closet. So the coming out part is like they put pressure on themselves because a lot of people know. But yeah, I like that term. But that was very brave of him. That's a very big audience. So
that's huge. I would not have done that. I was scared for him. He looked nice. Beautiful smile. That's very beautiful color.
Right.
But that was
yeah. That was great.
That took some guts right there. I didn't even have a coming out story because of all of the pressure of that. I just popped up at Thanksgiving. Hey y'all, so this my gonna be my wife, and they're just like, wasn't no warm up. No, ain't no coming out story. This is what's going on.
I was just gonna ask that too. Like, why does it have
one of my questions?
Coming out story? Like,
there's a day.
Don't like have to do that.
A holiday. There's like a big deal, a coming out day. Ain't it this month or something? I be seeing stories of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm not exactly sure when it is. And to your point, both of you guys, Mama Kim and Stovall, yeah, I agree. And second, that why does it have to be a coming out story? Why do you, you guys as heterosexual beings don't have to come out. It's just naturally is who you are. But unfortunately, it is. What I find it also is that everyone has an interest in what is, that secret part of you or something like that, like waiting for you to come out and wait for you to share your story and stuff like that. And I would have loved it to just be able to say, just be able to live without having to deal with it. Unfortunately, I did have a coming out story. It was not bad. It could have been it could have been worse. And I think in my mind, I prepared myself for it to be worse. The long and short of it, I was in Vegas at the time, and my god sister, a couple of my friends was at the house. It was for Aubreyon's during the time of Aubreyon's high school graduation. And so one of my friends was doing the catering for the graduation. And so my god sister called me and was like, "Oh, God daddy, he's upset, some things going on, this and the third." And I'm like, "What's going on? This and the third." Well, he said they sitting too close on the couch and things just don't look right. And I was kind of this and the third. And I'm like, "Oh shit." So then, that was the first call. And then she called back with a update on what's going on and stuff like that. So, so trying to soften the blow, I decided when I'm on my way back, I decided to give him a call. "Hey, Pops, what's going on? Hey, Daddy. Hey, how's everything going? This and the third. Oh, we need to talk, because I'm trying to figure out why why would you want to be friends with people like this and the third, blah, blah, blah." And so that gave me great anxiety on my plane ride home, because I'm like, now, what are you really going to say if I had, when I had to just, tell you my truth? And to know this is, that was always my worst fear, is having to come out to my daddy, because with me being adopted, and I know that he always wanted like a son and all that kind of stuff. I never wanted to be that disappointment to him. So I felt like me coming out was going to be me disappointing him. And so I always held that close. And I was like, and I didn't want to be one of those people on the news, or not on the news, but on the, it could have been, ABC, CNN, Fox, but I didn't want to be one of those people that have to deal with
this person, a true crime watcher and stuff.
Right. Or let's just keep it, snapped, all of the things. But because I always thought about like those situations where people would have to come out to their family and they would disown them. And so that was my biggest fear. And so I remember I got home, and then luckily we had Ob's graduation. So I was like, oh, I gotta hurry up and get to the Ob's graduation, stuff like that, this and the third. So I was dreading, y'all want me to take a couple more pictures of y'all, all this kind of stuff. I'm trying to prolong this. And so finally I went to my pop's house, and so we had a discussion, and I came out to him, and whereas I thought he was going to be upset and angry, he completely flipped it, on me, to the point that he even apologized. He said, "I'm sorry you had to hold this for so long, and you didn't feel comfortable coming, to come to me and be your authentic self," and stuff like that. And so, he cried a bit, I cried a bit, and from that day forward, he's done everything he could to have a better understanding of me. And it hasn't changed our relationship in the least. If anything, it's made us closer. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
And so again, I was so anxious and so nervous about telling him and everything like that. And there was some other silent noise behind the scenes that had me nervous about it and stuff like that. But it was everything that I didn't expect, and I was pleasantly surprised. And so that's my dog. He walked me down the aisle at the wedding and everything like that. So it's I couldn't ask for anything better.
I wish you could bottle that up and give that dosages to lots of people in the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get the same outcome, just to have that release. I don't know about you, but just saying it and finally getting it off, it's the biggest pressure that it's like putting on a new cape and flying without that anchor on your ankle.
Definitely. And I guess another element, he's older, so it's in a different generation. So I was like, he had his own story of not being molested, but just being in an uncomfortable situation with a man in his youth. And so all those things I thought was going to keep him from accepting me. And at the end of the day, we haven't skipped a beat. And I'm much appreciative of that.
I love that.
What you got, Mama Kim?
Baby, you know my story, honey. Cause my son. But no, I guess for me, Me and you have talked about this, and I'm very open about my story as far as having a gay child and also being homophobic at one point in my life. And being around it, I was like, you did what? Y'all doing what? Oh, And so probably made my son uncomfortable to say I'm truly gay. But the biggest turnaround and turning point for me is when I started working with this guy that was out loud, didn't care, like, I'm gay, I'm proud, and I'm happy. And my son had that bond with him. So he had somebody that could really teach him how to be a male in that space and not be afraid and be okay. And so when he called me, he was like, oh, I'm taking you out to dinner. I was like, oh. We got in that restaurant. He was like, oh, you can order. I said, it's on you. Copy. So we eating, and he said, Mom, I got to tell you something. I said, boy, I already know. I want to eat my dinner. Do you got something else?
Glass closet, you said.
I was like, baby, I knew since you was 4 years old. I did not care. You were the biggest supporter of me all my time in my life, and we grew up together, all them things, and I had to realize I missed it. Oh, okay, yeah. Go all the way back. So he was in a relationship, but I didn't know he was in a relationship. I always knew he was gay because he brought all of the gays to the house. Hey, Mom, you with all the gays?
Not all the gays.
All the gays. He brought a girl home a couple times. I said, do she know? But I ain't say nothing because I know, and she gonna be mad. You ain't trying to get down. And so he's living in Indy.
Listen, can I say one thing? To this day, when people see my boyfriends, your son and Mario, oh my gosh, he's so fine. Is he single? Baby, let me tell you the truth. They be so, feelings be crushed. Like, is you sure? Just let me talk to him. I just had to say that.
And he always say, I did it to a girl. I'm like, whatever. So he with this crazy dude, and I don't know, he might get it from his mama because we attract these crazy, not you, Mario, but back in the day, attract these crazy lovers. And so he probably put it on him. I don't know, but that's what I had.
Still active because your son-in-law is crazy.
I don't know, but I imagine he put it on him. This guy was a mother, and he was like, I'm cool. I don't want to do this no more. You crazy. You doing too much. And this guy out of him. He called his sister. He called me at my job. And I'm like, wait. He just told me he was gay. Now he about to die because, I'm that mama. Oh, he got AIDS. Oh, God. So I'm like, oh, he just told me he was gay. Now he about to die. What? Because this boy didn't call my job talking about he got HIV and he doing. I'm like, so I'm panicking. But I'm hanging out and I see that nigga. I asked for his friend's gym shoes. He was wearing Air Force Ones. I said, let me have your shoes. Because I thought we was going to the straight club. They took me to the gay club. So I was like, fuck it. Okay. So I got my heels on, twatting in the street.
Not twatting
in the street. And that boy came out. He was like, I'll beat your ass. I said, oh, his mama here. Don't you worry, sweetheart. I'm going to beat your ass. I said, give me your shoes. He take off his shoes. He walking barefooted in the street. I'm walking on the back of his shoes because he had little bitty ass feet. I don't know how I squeezed my feet in them. But I was ready to fight. I was like, bitch, you not about to fuck with my son. He just came out. Leave him alone. But Pierre like, oh, I said your name, but I still love you. But This is Pride Month, baby. They know now. So,
jump on in here and let me run the board. I got this.
Sorry. But that was the first time I was like, he showed me that he was afraid. And I was like, bitch, what are you afraid of? And he was like, he about to call my job. He doing this, he doing this. I said, bitch, I would kill this man. Because you have to live just like I'm living. But then he was making me understand, like, the people that he worked for were homophobic. He trying to just live his best life. He had a picture of his sister on his desk, like, this is my wife. I'm like, Negro. But he didn't want to shake up this company. He didn't want to tell nobody that this is who he was or who he is. And it was crazy to me because I'm like, one day he said, do you think that I really would want to be gay? You don't even know the life that I have to live because I am gay. Mm-hmm. I got to act a certain way. I got to speak a certain way. Because that Mo, baby, let him have a little couple drinks, baby. It's all different. I said, you know how to do a pole? Copy. Come, you. Let me give you a couple more drinks, baby. I got pictures of this. I said, when he ain't had enough to drink, I said, oh, you ain't gonna do that pole. But me and Mario had the best time when we was in Vegas, baby. We was on that daggone pole, on that bus, and they was looking at us like, oh. I said, he's a good time, honey. But
I got a question.
Yes.
What makes people homophobic, though? Like, why are people homophobic?
I'm gonna tell you, church.
Is that why?
Church.
Okay, so if it's church, then why are people not resistance, or why does people not have that negative whatever towards thieves?
Because it's a different thing, because you equate sex with gayness. And so
do you know how many people in the church is doing nastier than nasty stuff?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, because I guess me growing up, I've been around gays all my life. So me growing up, I never thought that somebody would be like, oh, I'm going to pin you down and get you. I'm going to make you gay. You know what I'm saying? But so like, go ahead. So when I think of homophobic, I'm thinking, what makes people homophobic? Because like Mario, you're not just going to come off and crack down on somebody. You see what I'm saying? So they don't have to worry about let's just categorize this or make this a noun. They don't have to worry about your gayness, because you definitely ain't going to come off and try to crack down on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm more willing to say something nasty and inappropriate to a total stranger than you are. Right. So why do I not get that same, let's say a gay and a freak? If I had to classify us, you're a gay, I'm a freak. I'm more apt to say something inappropriate and more apt to give advances that are not wanted before you. So like, what makes people homophobic?
I think it's a lack of understanding. I think because they don't fully understand it, the negative connotation of it is that a lot of times, especially as it relates to gay men, is that all gay men want every man. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, not understanding that we're just as selective as a woman would be, or as a straight man would be, or this and the third, or maybe not. I guess maybe not a straight man, because now that I think of that and say it out loud, a straight man gonna fuck anything, really. So I guess they're looking at it from that standpoint that we're men, so we gonna fuck everything or any and everything as well. The reality of it is, I think it's just a lack of understanding. And so, but here it's twofold. I think it's a lack of understanding, but I think it's also that it is a fear of, some of them have those same feelings within themselves, and it's a fear of having to address those feelings as well. So then you hate what you are. So
a trigger.
Because I just think about it, just me being around my gay friends, I'm thinking I say more inappropriate shit than they do. So like,
when you growing up, like my aunt, gay as fuck, but she stayed in the closet.
That's true.
Until she got divorced from her husband. And one day we came over, and guess what? She had a butt-net woman in the bedroom. I was like, oh, okay, that short haircut makes sense. She never carried a purse. It was just one of them things, and it was just like. But when I say she was cool as hell, always was cool. The first woman that I saw carry a knife and was about to cut somebody nuts was her.
Wow.
My mama's husband he didn't hit my mama, but he was acting real unusual, tearing up the house. Baby, she came in there with a butcher knife. I said, this is where I get this shit. Now that I think about it, I grab a butcher knife quick. I don't care how big or tall. You put your hands on me? Oh, stand right there. I got something for you.
Okay. I just wonder, the homophobic thing. I just wonder, men and women, and I'm like, is it gonna rub off? Is it gonna grab you? Is it gonna jump on you? But then when I think about freaks and compare the two, like a freak is more a freak or a whore is more apt to say something inappropriate to somebody or push, crack down on somebody than someone that's gay that I've been around. Let me say that. So
that's the difference. What you've been around, because even like me being around gay men, being around transgender, because back in the day, they didn't shave their face and look girly. They had on a dress and baby would cuss you out to say they look like a man. Mm-hmm. So I think it's different generations. It's how you've been brought up, how you maneuver around your friends. I don't think I had any gay friends in high school. They could have been. They might have just been in the closet. And then when they got older, they like, I was always gay. I wanted to fuck you. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? But now I tell people like, I'm okay. You could be attracted to me, but I don't get down like that. I enjoy what I enjoy. If I want 10 penises, that's what I enjoy. But if you want to get down like that, it's just not for me. And that's what I tell. If a girl say, hey, you cute. Thanks. You cute too. But then if it go any further, I used to be afraid, but this one lady kept on fucking with me. I said, do you have a dick in your pants? And not one that you lay on a nightstand. If you have a dick in your pants and it grow, I'll fuck with you.
Make sure that we put the little R on this little thing with the circle when we air this.
I was concerned about me being family program. Mama Kemp, thank you. I love your authentic self. You make me feel more confident.
Yes. I mean, if I think about it, no, I don't want nobody got titties bouncing me and my titties be bouncing. I'm like, damn, I don't want nobody to hit me in my face. And when I'm with a man with big titties, I'm like, bro, because you strap motherfuckers up. So I know if a woman had titties hit me in my face, I'm like, I'm not turned on by that. But that's so now I know how to address it. If you come on to me and I'm like, you got a dick, and not one that you keep in your closet, not the one you keep in your drawer, does it grow? Is it hot? Does it come? And if you guys say yes to all of them, I'm cool.
What is it? Does it grow? Is it hot? Does it come?
Them three things.
Does it throb?
That's the third.
No, never mind, because I had seen some toy. Never mind.
Oh no, and that's
they throb now, so never mind. We're not gonna add that.
They making them like
they
that.
got 10 speeds.
Yes. Now they making it like that. Before they didn't. Back in the day, it was just
human skin. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's what I've been told. Maybe
it sounds like you have a little bit of some
experience.
Just a little bit, you know. I used to be Miss Tasha that worked at the adult store on maybe Kessler and Lafayette at one time. So hi subscribers, see below, see my handle. Nice to see you guys. It's been a long while.
Anyway, but to go back to what you said, also, I think somebody mentioned about the church. For those that grew up in the church, we did come up with hearing that, and I don't know if pastors are as forthright or outright with it nowadays because they want that money, but beforehand they were. Yeah, I'm going to that.
I know. Get
they
them
always
ties
look for offering, but my thing is. Back in the day, you would always hear about, how wrong it was, and they would speak against it and stuff like that. And then, you know, of course, people, you know, would adopt that little saying, God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and stuff like that. So then they would put that on you. But it was always, now in my adult years, it's always funny to me how they would damn and shun gay people in the church, but yet would protect, you know, Uncle Leroy, who's touching on, you know, the little boys and the little girls and stuff like that. But that was okay. And when I say it was okay, it's because there was nothing done to change it. But yet you gonna condemn the gay, you know, boy in the choir that's, you know, directing the choir or singing the solo and stuff like that. But Uncle Leroy and you know, whoever else, it's okay for them to do those type of things.
Please don't get my trigger started tonight. We don't have enough time.
Listen,
we are already an hour in. Do not get me started.
That's right.
Because when I gotta go pull out some Bible verses on what sin is greater than the other, what sin I feel like is an actual sin. You playing with kids can't give consent. Another adult can give consent. So if they little curiosity then got the best of them in a situation and they didn't had a little situationship, that ain't no, I don't feel like that's breaking the law. Let me say that. I don't feel like that's breaking the law. And I know I jumped law to sin. I don't feel like two of the same sex is breaking the law. Right. Breaking the law, I also think that in the Bible, I'm pretty for sure in the Bible it says that you're supposed to follow the law of the land as well. So playing with a kid, you breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? And the kid can't give approval if they want to go down this road. So like that's okay, but two humans that the curiosity got the best of them, or somebody likes this feeling a little bit more, that's not okay. We done made a whole culture around this. We done made, like, I feel like the whole LBGT community, all of that was created because is it so indifferent? It's not indifferent. It's the same. It's the same, Mario, if me and you in a heterosexual relationship. We doing the same thing. So why is this isolated? Why is it a thing? And that was one of the questions I had for you, Nick. So I'll get another question. But why is this a thing? Why does this have to be a thing? Because it doesn't follow the same format?
Oh, come on now with the Bible verse.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I couldn't call it, but yeah, like we breaking the land laws with people messing with kids. Yeah. Two adults being curious, that's not a land law.
Right.
A law of the land.
I spew that to people. Like I'll get offensive, and that's the first thing I say. What I do in the privacy of my home where I pay my bills,
that's right,
is the only difference between me and you if you're a heterosexual person. And when you put the comma after that, excuse me, however, comma, like boyfriend would say, that is none of your business.
That's
and that's where the conversation ends. So your personal problem is your personal problem. That has nothing to do with how you see me. Are you hating? Are you upset?
Right.
I'm sorry. Not sorry. That's still your personal problem. Get out of my business. Because that's the only thing where we different. That's the only thing. What we do, where we want to do it. That's it. So yeah, we had to create this whole community, which is a family. I love gay people. I love seeing the RuPauls and I love seeing someone be their authentic self and not give a fuck.
Right.
I agree with that. But you know what I do hate as of lately is the fact that now it seems sometimes the gay community is exploited. Like in so many cases, gay men are like an accessory. You know, my hairstylist, my wardrobe, you know, that type of thing. But in reality, and so with, you know, some of us go play along with it just to get to where we're trying to get to. But unfortunately, these are people. You know what I'm saying? And to your point, hey, the only difference between us and them is the fact of what we do behind closed doors. However, you know, we have become an accessory, like, you know, or, you know, taking over the gay lingo and all of the things of that nature and stuff like that. It's cute when it's convenient. Don't realize that this is people's real lives that they live in each and every day, and so they don't have the luxury of turning it on and off when they want to and stuff like that. This is what I live, you know. And it too. I know Pierre had raised the question to you that, you know, saying that it's not easy. Do you think he would want to live that life? It's not easy because the amount of judgment that you deal with from people off of one thing, you can have everything else going right, and you can be doing X, Y, and Z, this and that third, but that one thing was what they'll hone in on, and that's the one thing you'll be judged about. And it's unfortunate that the amount of venom that they spew as it relates to that one thing, it's causing people to think about so many people that are committing suicide because of this, or just feeling
afraid.
Yeah,
so it's that fear that people put on people. Like, even so at my job, and this is like, and I've been at this job for almost 13 years, and I remember I transferred to another building, and because I'm always that cool lady, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you ain't trying to fuck with me, whatever. This guy, but he identified as a girl. Came in, long hair, nails, makeup. They called me on the radio like, Kim, somebody down here. I'm like, what's their name? Call them by their name. They made that man go to another bathroom. And somebody went to HR. Was like, oh, he in a girl's bathroom. I'm like, he identifies as a girl. But this was almost 6 years ago, before they start really, okay, bathroom's a bathroom, go to whatever bathroom. But people be so uncomfortable. I'm like, that person trying to use the bathroom just like you have. I've been in a man's bathroom. I'm like, excuse me, I gotta pee in the bathroom in the girls. It's too
Miss
long.
Kim, let the ladies' restroom be. We were just at Hacienda with boyfriend that was here. We had dinner with you and Kim. I went in the men's restroom. That lady was in there with her baby. The restroom was cleaner. It was available. The little urinal right there. As long as it ain't too pissy, I'm squatting handle my business. Get on up out of here after I wash my hands.
That's it. I'm like, and then I was like, okay. And then at current state, this guy probably in his early 20s, but his mama worked there. They was bullying this boy, and I don't know if he gay or straight. He wore makeup, and he's beautiful. They bullied this boy where he almost got fired because he had to go from the 4th floor to the 1st floor to use the bathroom, because they would get him in that bathroom and fuck with him every single day. He almost lost his job because he couldn't maintain what he was doing on the job. He would disappear for 20 minutes because it's how long it would take him to get back up and down the stairs. Nobody fuck with him now, and he's still coming there beautiful. I'll be like, hey, baby. He'd be like, hey.
And see, they better lay off of some of these people, because the gays know how to throw them hands, and so. And I don't think people are prepared for that. They think that, they look at it, especially gay men, they look at it, oh, they soft, they this and the third.
But you're a man just like they are. And that's the thing, that's the weird part to me. Like, even with women, I'm like this lady was in the damn store. Now the manager said, ma'am, you cannot go in the dressing room and try these clothes on. She said, okay. Baby, she took off all her clothes and got undressed in the middle of the store and tried the shit on. She said, excuse me, ma'am. Sorry for my titties. And I'm like, girl, I got titties. And I kept shopping. But she was making it worse. And I was like, let me hurry up and get out of this store. Oh, this bitch get arrested naked. I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. Like, you trying on these daggone City Trend clothes. You know you a 2X. You don't wear extra large. You bigger than me, and I wear 2X. And I'm like, bitch, you know what size you wear. Is this too little? And I'm looking at her friend like, girl, tell her that's too little.
I feel body shamed on this podcast.
I'm just saying. I'm like, girl, you in the middle of the store. It's men in here. You got your clothes out. I used to be a stripper, and now I'm like, girl, don't nobody care about that. Like, you know you need a 2X. Get you a 2X, leave out of the store. If they say you can't put it on, don't put it on. She messed up so many clothes, putting deodorant marks on them. I don't know if she had on drawers. I'm just like, man.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, I said, baby, keep on trying it on, girl. I ain't mad at you.
Mario, I want to go back to what you said as like a gayness is an accessory. Like, do you think that the gay community or just the movement of being gay is now like I just went blank on the word that I'm trying to use, but just like how people use hip hop, how hip hop just went to everybody and everybody wanted to be of hip hop. Like, do you think it's a push for culture, a way to be the end thing?
I think it's twofold. I think it is the end thing to a certain extent. To the point that the best way I can describe it is just that it becomes an accessory. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. We are good enough to do your hair. We're good enough to do your makeup. We're good enough to kiki with this when it's convenient for you. You know what I'm saying? But not good. But you don't really. In some cases, there are some situations where they're not taking. I guess we're not looked at as being actual people, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, we're good enough to do X, Y, and Z for you, but not good enough to be treated as a real person. And that's the unfortunate part. So I think it's trendy, if that's the kind of word you were talking about.
That's what I was trying to say. Trendy. Yeah, is that the latest trend?
It is very trendy. Like, if you look at it, I mean, if you think about it, like on the various shows, like, I watch the Housewives and things of that nature. So there's always a gay on there, and he's not the gay that is unnoticed. It's the gay that's typically flamboyant, in your face, set it there, because I will say that too, though they may be more accepted than the regular everyday Joe Schmo, because then it's almost like I know that. I know that. I work with a young man that comes in full wig, eyelashes, nails, this and the third. And there's we all know that. You know what I'm saying? There is no discussion.
Unknown. There's no unknown right there.
But for the Joe Schmo that looks regular, that blends in and stuff like that, that's where it becomes a problem, because now, well, is this nigga really gay? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be trying to fuck my girl? This and the third. What do I want? Those type of things. And then also be the niggas that the other niggas be trying to fuck with on the low. So it's levels to it, and it's the people like us are now because of that. That's very true. Very true. So it's
almost like categories, which I blame our country for setting us up to feel like we have to divide ourselves and put ourselves in categories. My friend the other day asked me, well, what do you identify yourself as? And I started naming other compliments. She was like, no, I mean, like lesbian, this. I said, I don't walk around with a name tag that says I'm a lesbian. I am Mrs. Lanier, CEO of Flossy Decor. And again, like I keep saying, what happens in
Sandra's wife.
But you will behind that vehicle, you're gonna see her wife.
Her wife.
But I don't have to walk around like a transgender person. I don't have to walk around telling you what they are. Like I'm personally a little annoyed with all these daggone profounds because somebody want to be they, and I'm looking at a mustache. Excuse me, sir. Like, just sometimes it's confusing. Sorry.
It is. And I think
so all the extra categories, like everybody gotta have a category. Why can't we just be humans or aliens? But that's what they did to our race with Black people. Right. So to me, I see some of this as that. We put white people over here, we put Mexicans over here, but that's how our country did us like this. That's right. Because and even with my children, I had to correct myself because you'd be like, oh, when you grow up, you're gonna get a nice wife. I started personally switching it to partner just because I don't want, because this is how I felt as a kid, that I had to get a man. I had to make sure I had this type of man. So I did that. I got the same type of drug dealers my aunts, my sisters, my mama, and them got. And he beat me, and it was a horrible experience for the most part. And I said a prayer, and I always liked the girls. I used to clothes burn with girls. When I was 7, 8 years old, I knew I liked girls. But in my household growing up, Christian household and typical Black families, I needed to find this Prince Charming and accept a crumb of a man. And yeah, he paid my bills, but he was cheating and having babies, and I was getting beat. But my bills was paid, so I better keep this wonderful man. And at some point, it just hit me like, be true to yourself. Stop forcing this relationship. And for 10 years, I kept dealing with this nigga. He had 3 kids. Yeah, 3 kids on me. and I had a miscarriage. After I had my last miscarriage, I said, I'm just so done. I was no longer getting aroused by the sex. It was nothing that could have kept me because I started being true to myself. Like, I don't even like men for real. I just thought I had to be in this because you grow up Adam and Eve and this and that. Eve didn't even like Adam for real. That's why the fuck she went and ate that apple.
Yeah.
So here I am trying to be something that they didn't even be. But our world said, this is what you got to do.
That's
right. So at what point do you say, fuck that, and be
and
true
live
to
for yourself? That's right.
So to piggyback on what you're saying, Nick, I guess my question for the group would be, how can we build more of an inclusive culture, be it, despite our personal beliefs, our religious beliefs, and political views as well? Like, how can we build a more inclusive culture?
Minding your business and be true to yourself. We don't have to make a category for everybody to fit in. But if you're you, somebody else, how they live won't bother you. And when I was 19, and I told my grandma, because I've gone through this with this man. She got a few 4 or 5 a.m. phone calls. She knew I was going through this. She even went through this. Like a lot of women, most of the straight women in my life have a story about dealing with a raggedy man and what they went through, how long, like it hurts. And we connect off of that. And when I asked my grandma, what made you finally leave? And we had that conversation, I said, Grandma, I don't want to do this. I want to be true to myself, and I want to figure out how to date women. And I came to Indianapolis, went to the 10, and the rest is history. I never had sex and never was with a man, never again. I finally was in an element where I felt comfortable to be me. And the most important part of my story for me was when I had that conversation with my grandma, and she's a Baptist person, went to church, all them rules, them laws, don't do this, do that. She was like, and I still love you. And then when she met my wife and then treated her like, oh, you can tell me nothing. There is nothing nobody in the world could ever tell me. This Bible reading woman right here said, I'm good. I'm good.
Mario, to answer your question, when you asked that question, I immediately thought about my grandson and how I see that he learns through how we react. So I feel like as adults, if we could just start reacting just monotone to everything, I just think it'll pick up. You know what I mean? Because I just think about like when he falls, how we react is how he's going to react. You know what I'm saying? Or if we use a cuss words, I think kids pick up those cuss words because of the infliction and how we say something.
How you say it, that's right.
Right. So I just think about like growing up, we always had that gay guy that was in the choir, but he was the one in my household. We put him in. I mean, we let him come over. You know what I'm saying? He was just a part of us, and we never like singled that out. We would just, if we had a conversation about relationships, it's about a relationship with two people, not necessarily the gender. So I think you can start to change it in your circle and make it inclusive on how you react to things. If I see two girls walk in, I'm going to treat them and talk to them just like I would talk to a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I think changing how we react to stuff and push it out. But that's
the biggest thing, because my granddaughter, I think she was trying to get a reaction, but that's how she was feeling. She was like, you know what, Grandma? She said, sometimes I like girls, sometimes I like boys. I was like, okay. And I made her feel okay.
Yeah.
But one day she'll come over, she got her nails on, she got her lip gloss on. I said, oh, what's his name? Grandma, his name is whatever. And then next week, I'm with Sally. Girl, do what you do, baby.
Yeah.
Because if I gave Pierre that freedom at 13, he might not have had to hide so long and didn't have to deal with Amy, because he would have had that freedom to be okay. You know, I knew like he in there decorating, but then you put that as a stereotype because you have straight men that decorate. So just because you decorate don't mean you gay. Just because you dance don't mean you're gay. He did
just because you cross
have,
your legs. That's
right.
What I've been hearing lately. And my grandfather was a hoe, and he kept his legs crossed. It was a gentleman way to do. And if you go to France, that's how their men sit, with their legs crossed. It's just a proper way to cross your legs.
My grandfather too.
He was just their legs crossed too.
Yes.
You said what, Mario?
Rich white men keep their legs crossed.
They do. They do.
And they fucking all the little pedophiles. I mean, sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I just think being inclusive and watching how we talk and just how we react. That's the number one thing. How do we react?
And changing one person.
Like if you see like an interracial couple down the street, are you staring and following?
Yes.
Or all of my mother's grandkids are mixed except my grandchild and my daughter, my sister's son. So like that's not something that catches my eye. But if you're not in that world, that might, but you don't react by looking and watching it. You know what I mean? So I think changing how we react to something and how we include.
I agree with everything you're saying, Stovall. And I think for me personally, I think to be more inclusive, I would like to get, I've always said this, and I hold true to this. I want to have a trans friend because I want to better understand the journey of a trans woman or trans man. I want to better understand that journey because unfortunately, also one of the things is there's a hierarchy within the gay community. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got somebody say the white gays are more, are here, and then you've got black men, you know what I'm saying? Or then there's different between the tops and the bottoms, and then the trans is over here. It's a hierarchy, so where people feel like they're better than everybody else. And so I would like to eliminate those lines of anybody being any better than anybody else and just really get to understand what their plight is, what that person's story is, what is their journey, what journey is they on? Because at the end of the day, like I may have said earlier, we're all people.
Yes, we all have a story.
Exactly. And it's a lot that you can learn from somebody based on that, based on their story. I'll be the first one to tell you, I have the most respect for the gay man that is out here with hair and nails and eyelashes and stuff like that. I have so much respect for them because they are able to show up unapologetically who they are each and every day and don't care. This is me. I have so much respect for them. And I would like for everybody within the community to respect everybody in that same way. So you just have a better understanding. And just use it as a learning experience because we're missing out on some good people. And on the flip side, those that continue to be ostracized, they need that love. They need that, it's a blessing, Kim, that you came up like that because not everybody has that story. That's how they came up and so accepting, or even for you, Mama Kim, to be able to say, hey, I once felt this way and now I feel this way. I take it. People need to run into the Kimberlys of the world, since y'all both are named Kimberly, but need to run into the Kimberlys of the world to have that acceptance and to have that love. And I know our other friend Lisa is just that, she's a magnet, you know what I'm saying? And that's great because people need that comfort, that feeling of, hey, listen, I'm fighting these battles left and right. And, I'm dodging these daggers left and right. And thank you for being a safe place for me. You know what I'm saying? And I guess you guys really don't understand that. And you probably don't even know that's your role or you guys taking those roles like unassuming, but that's great, because you are that light for somebody that's whose light is dim. That comfort, that just your friendly good morning, or your friendly hello, or your welcoming spirit is just everything they need, and that can make the difference in their lives.
And that's what I associate that with race. Like when white people look at us like black people, and then finally meet a cool black people, it's like, oh, you're really not a bad nigger out here. You know what I'm saying? Like you really just need to educate and be open to the education because there's two sides to it. Somebody can teach you how to treat them, and you still just choose your side of it just to hold that hatred.
That's right.
At my job, we have this big pride kickoff, and they're very involved. And they have something that you can sign up for, and it's called being an ally for, the LBGT. And I purposely didn't sign up for that shit because I'm like, why do I have to be categorized or classified? So I'm not fucking an ally. I have gay friends. I'm just a person. But why do I have to be an ally?
Because people don't understand how you are okay. People ask me that all the time at work. Like, are you gay? are you? I'm like, no, I'm just
People ask
cool
me like
with
that. So
people.
I could be. I don't know. Some days I feel shit. I don't know. But no. But like, why do I have to be an ally though? Like, no. I just have a gay best friend. I'm not an ally to shit.
No, that's
Because
you are, and then just to
That's
kind of help
right.
you understand it a little better is to you, it's like I'm just who I am, and I just this and the third, and I'm just accepting. But as I was saying beforehand, people need to know that you are a safe space. Think back in the day of like the Underground Railroad and things of that nature, and you had
the
white
Quakers,
that were helping the blacks get to freedom, stuff like that. You had to know this is a safe space, and so you may be uncomfortable with the role of being the title of being an ally, but for those who don't know and those who are looking for that comfort in that safe place, they find comfort in knowing, hey, she's an ally. You know what I'm saying? I can find solstice in my comfort in her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even look at it like this. I guess I just hate titles, so that triggered
I
or
hate
took over.
titles.
Yeah, I
When
hate
I say
titles
I'm
too. So
with
that
you,
I
don't
like.
walk around with it on my chest that you're the gay auntie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope that you change your mind though, Stovall, and go ahead and sign up to be an ally, because I think
because I am, and I was cool with it, and I talked to people, and now one guy, he has started, and he always was like, "Why you always say good morning to me?" And I'm like, "Hey," and I'm like, and he finally came to me and was just talking to me, and I was like, "Because I'm okay," and he was like, "Damn," he said, "I'm not used to having somebody being okay with me being gay." I'm like, "Boy, you ain't trying to do shit with me." Like, I don't that life I don't even think like that. I'm like, to me now in my grown self is you a human just like I am. You put your pants on just like I do. You have the same worries that I have. So for me to say I don't like you because you gay, that's dumb as hell to me.
Yeah, I guess I just hate that title stuff. So it's like being an ally or being like I'ma always root for the underdog, but I don't think a gay is necessarily an underdog. So it puts me in that like category, or where do you fall in on a pyramid? That means I've had to classify you somewhere. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just want you to know, like, if you feel like you're safe with me, you're safe with me. Because it might be a gay that I cuss out that I don't absolutely fucking like. You know what I'm saying? Has nothing to do with their sexual orientation. I don't fuck with you, and I don't like your energy. And there's a few out there. Like, you know, and you'll know immediately because I'm gonna tell them, motherfucker, I don't like your energy. But it has nothing to do with who they doing. Because Lord knows when I show up to dinners with my best friend, and they might not like the guy that I bring or his energy, but just know that he's serving a purpose.
That's true. But in the spirit of you not liking titles and stuff, Stovall, just go ahead and sign up, because somebody will find comfort in you, and whatever
you need you. It might just be one person who didn't know they had an ally, and they like, Stovall, they could be going through something, and you that like they needed that.
They gonna befriend me and be like, this bitch. What category do you fit in? Like, you wanna go to the Swingers Club? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
One thing we haven't discussed that I would like to put out there is also in lesbian relationships, I get pissed off, and I'm doing better. I don't cuss folks out no more. But when people be like, okay, so who's the man? Bitch, first off, do you see any balls over here? Okay, excuse me, now I'm back. But it is such a rude assumption. Just because it's two people, you have to be one or the other. It's
do
not
the gender roles.
Yeah, you have to do the gender roles. And I feel like it's so disrespectful, and it's such an assumption of who wears the dick. And this, like, you're just being funny, and you're trying to be funny. Yeah. You're working your way to a cuss out or a slap. Yeah. But it's just such an unnecessary question when you're looking at a couple. And okay, so who do what? You don't look at a black man with a white woman. Okay, so who cooks? Because we know she don't season. So
No,
you wouldn't do that.
So I do want to play devil advocate on that, Flossie, Miss Lanier, because I do have a question. Lanier. Sorry, Lanier. Because I do have a question, because some heterosexual couples I look at, I'm like, who wears the pants? So I want you not to be offended by that. I mean, I trust your discernment that when you're dealing with these people, you pick up the funny actingness or whatever. But I will say I wouldn't make that a blanket statement, because sometimes when I look at straight couples, I'm like, who wears the pants?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, just think about it.
But you wouldn't have
another stereotype.
Quiz them right on spot.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like with gay people are very comfortable with just approaching and asking bizarre, obnoxious, unnecessary questions.
Yeah.
Just to put them on the spotlight.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
Like with black people. Oh, can I touch your hair? Why would you ask me that? I don't want to touch your greasy ass hair. So why would you ask me, can you touch my voluptuous hairstyle that costs over $100? Like for real. Like I'm for real.
Yeah. But I do look at it, and I don't want to go to race, but looking at a white woman and a black man, the things that come to mind that we asked. So that's why I just said with that statement, I would,
You'll ask it to yourself or your crew, but you're not going to have the audacity to ask them.
True. So true. You're so true on that. So true.
That's very true.
Ain't nobody had no audacity in a long time. I haven't had to do any physical much in a long time. But I just
don't have to. I pray that you don't have to. I pray that you just sailed and you don't have to get that space anymore. So great discussion, ladies. Great discussion. So now we're going to move into the hot seat. And all right, so the hot seat today is Mrs. Lanier. Mrs. Lanier, you are in the hot seat on Off Topic today. So we're going to start with Stovall. Kick it off for us.
I have a question. Do you think that having a woman partner, Mario, you cannot laugh at this, and I don't even want to see your facial expression. Do you think this might be my application fee into the community? As I said all of that.
It's non-refundable.
Okay. Do you think having a woman partner, your woman partner is more attentive to your womanly needs?
I will say yes, because a woman knows what a woman wants because she's a woman. So you know where you want to trying to clean up my thoughts, my words.
That's okay.
So you know certain things, right? You're well educated in that. So if that is something that you are seeking out of curiosity, it might just be temporary or whatever, or it might be a preference. Maybe she does certain things better than he does. Then that becomes something you yearn. So
shout out to that lesbian couple I seen at Lady Joy, and I had to call Mario. I said, they are very attentive to each other's needs. I need this. Do you remember that, Mario?
Why are you dragging me into this? Yes.
Well, I just wanted to share with you a story. I'm sitting in Lady Joy's in Eagledale, shout out. And I was sitting there. I was sitting on a bench and I seen these two chicks walking, and you could clearly tell they was together. Cool. Didn't think nothing about it until I was walking out of the dressing room, and one of the girls was in the dressing room, and she was like, babe, and she was just asking her questions, and I'm thinking, damn, even if I had a dude with me, even if I had a nigga with me right now, we wouldn't have this type of interchange. You know what I mean? I said, damn, they attentive as fuck. But yeah, that made me, that did perk up my ears. I ain't gonna lie.
You said a nigga, but what if it was Mario? Would y'all be tentative?
Yes, because I'm tentative. I'm a tentative.
Yeah, but I wouldn't need it in a friendship way, because I'm looking at these outfits as I put them on. Like when I put this on tonight, when we go out to the club and I walk in front of you and we do our little role play like you don't know me, how are you gonna feel? I can't get that from my best friend. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I can't play that role?
No, because I ain't gonna go home and bone you at nighttime. So
I can give you the response.
To what? Dry hump me? I don't need that. I'm trying to get worked up for a cause. I'm trying to get worked up on purpose for a cause, for Bill, for an end result. No, you can't give me that. So when I seen that, I've always just wanted to ask on the woman side of being gay, like how does that work? Because I ain't gonna lie, that piqued my interest. I'm like, damn, they intended it. Like the way that she was talking to her and the way, just the interaction. I'm not gonna get that from a man. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a man that's into fashion and all of that, and babe, you look good, you gonna look good. What I was hearing that day, I can't see that with a heterosexual relationship. And I just wonder. So that was my question.
My wife is the fashionista of the house, and sometimes she'll dress me. I like when she'll buy me a dress and put it on the bed. Okay, we going to dinner type stuff. She'll surprise me, stuff like that. And when we get dressed, or like if we're getting ready to coordinate, we do a lot of coordinating. I like coordinating. Sometimes when we don't, I feel off. I'm like, dang, we should have coordinated today. Because we do it so much, but it's how we communicate. And if I put something on, oh, baby, yeah, that looks good. I got something that'll go well with that. Or no, don't put that on. That make your booty look like this or whatever. We have that friendship, relationship, that connection. She ain't gonna let me go out the door looking crazy, and I'm not gonna let her go out the door looking crazy.
And I think a guy just can't pick up on that. Like a guy can't grasp that. Yeah, they can buy. My brother is good at that. He can buy for a woman. He knows how he wants you to dress and everything. But like just that conversation I heard, I've just never forgot it. That was years ago, but I've just never forgot it. Like, yeah, we're super attentive.
It's a gift and a curse though, because sometimes when I want to try something, she went, and I'm like, nah, I really want to try this. See what it'll do. Especially I've been playing in makeup and stuff lately. And she's such a simplicity person. So when I do things that are wild to her, yeah, she's like, and I'm like, just give it a chance. This is me. So it's a gift and a curse. It's nice when it's nice. I wish I could flip it out sometime.
All right, Mama Kim, what's your question?
So she answered one of them already because I said, when did you know? But you already had that. You gave me that answer. So my question is, what would you tell your younger self to be okay back then? And what you know now, how would you then, like if you can go back in time and say, you know what? I always knew I liked the girls. How could you make your younger self okay?
I wish I would have had someone, like even your son being able to talk to you. I wish I would have had someone I could have talked to. I wish I would have had a safe place. But like I said, my aunties and my sisters and other people were with abusive men, and I've seen this. So I didn't see someone who looked like me. And then I'm such a threat. I'm not even triple threat. I'm a woman. I'm chocolate. I'm smart. I'm the youngest. Like there was so many other things on me. So it's like, she better not be the one. You know what I'm saying? And I was the one to come out in our family. And another younger cousin after me came out, and she was just like, whew, I'm just so glad somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So I wish my younger self, I wish I would have had the birds and the bees conversation. I still don't know that damn story, and I'm 33. Somebody tell me the damn stories. What did the bees do with the flowers and butterflies? Was they fucking just tell me what happened? I do not know that story.
My mama didn't give me the story either, so I don't know.
I just was giving my honey away for free. She should have told me.
God damn it! See, and that's
just giving up the nectar.
The nectar for free.
And then you find out you really need somebody in there working with the nectar, because you can give the nectar and not get no nectar.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what I was doing at first. It was just going through the motion. Oh, I need to be with a man. All right, this is what he wants. I didn't start learning about my body and actually understanding and climaxing and educating myself until later. And that's when I was like, well, this is why I don't even fuck with me. Like, you don't even know how to do this. You just want some head, and you was just trying to hit it from the back. Now you boom, now you sleep. Motherfucker, you want a sandwich? You don't deserve no sandwich. So, I mean, it just...
Or a hot rack.
That's right.
Go home.
Go home. That means
so I wish I would have had somebody safe with this information.
Y'all are ruthless. Okay. All right, Nick, I got a question for you. This question comes from Ronnie, who is not with us tonight. She had a few technical issues, but she sent a question. So, what does pride mean to you?
What does pride mean to me? Pride is standing on you, standing on who you are, what you are. We don't need this month or this big festival to be us, um, or for the world to recognize us as us, because they're still going to treat us the way that they want to. They see us as a way. Um, but if this is the month you want to put your S on your chest, pop your stuff, and run around free, let it be that. But this month for me it means to stand on that. If that's who you are, stand on that. Run on that. Don't let nobody make you feel like you can't be you.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good one. All right, so here's my question. How has it been raising kids in a same-sex house? It's kind of a three-parter, so we'll start with that. How's it been raising kids in a same-sex household?
It's been absolutely amazing. I won't even lie. I didn't get to grow up my entire childhood having two parents. I didn't know what that looked like. So when I had my first daughter and I was a single mom, that was always my prayer. I want my children to have two solid co-parents. I don't care if it's man, woman, dragon. You need a village and you need that other person to bounce off of. And raising children with my wife is one of the most magical things I get to wake up to each and every day, even when we don't agree. If I want to pop one of the kids and she like, no, just give them a kiss and a sucker. No, I'm about to pop them and me and you gonna argue later. But I still love it because she's right here with me.
Do you feel like you have to do anything differently as it relates to being a same-sex couple?
Absolutely. I wish my children had fathers in their life. Every child needs their mother and their father. Just hands down. You just do. You need both of them. There's things that I can't teach my sons that a man needs to teach them. And my son is in sports, and there's a nut cut thing. You got to put on your nuts. And he kept saying for a while, oh, it's uncomfortable. I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what nuts is supposed to be in there, you know? So I stopped this coach one day, like, look, this is probably a little graphic, but what all is supposed to go in the little nut thing? And he was like, oh, well, we got a close relationship with him. And he explained to me the balls and the dick need to go in the nut cut. So, hey, son, this is how you're supposed to wear it. So it's situations like that where I really, really wish. So I Google, I research, and I even told myself here lately I'm gonna start hitting y'all up. As far as asking y'all man questions. He was thinking about it. He wasn't thinking about the girl, but I think he was trying to say that maybe it was about to get hard or something. So I had to take 3 shots and told him to go to bed. We was gonna talk about it in the morning. We ain't talked about it. But stuff like that coming up, and it's like, oh shit, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do, like at all. I really don't. I'm not a man.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, but you got enough men in your village that can help you.
Yeah.
You guys along. So all you gotta do is reach out, because there's enough of us around that can help you guys out and answer any questions you may have and all of that. How do you answer questions from your children as it relates to having two moms?
They're proud of us. They absolutely love us. And I feel like actually Shamir didn't find out we was gay until a kid on the bus was like, oh, you're gay or something, or they was looking at something. You know how kids just say anything. And he came home and he was like, what does that mean? And my daughter was like, your mama's is gay. And he was like, what? Y'all gay? Like, that's how he reacted. And it's like, because he's oblivious to it. It's not something that we don't walk around with these titles. You know, I got 2 mamas, 2 parents. I don't want for nothing. And they keep me around people who are going to look out for me. That's what he knows about us. So it's what you teach your children. And we don't teach them to.
And how you react.
And how you react. And it's not a big deal to us. Yeah, we're gay, but so what? Besides what we do in our bedroom, which you don't see, we're 2 parents.
That's right.
And we co-parents, and we balance each other that way everywhere, wherever we are. Even the teacher, we've been talking to her all year, and it was Mother's Day, and she only had him decorate 1 rose. And he said, excuse me, I have 2 moms. So she went and got another rose. And I said, that's right. we both get this. And on Father's Day, we both better get a hat. No, I'm just playing. But it's teaching people, though. This is our family, and you will respect us as such.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I wish it was more of that, and less of a stigma around it. Yeah.
And even the dad part, we just recently had the birthday party, and a couple of our, I don't even like calling them straight friends, because you know what I'm saying? That's just putting that category back out there. I got to put y'all in a category because y'all straight. But our other family friends, the men were present, and I like that the children get to see men be present, because a lot of events and even holiday time, it's all the aunties and the grandmas in the kitchen. Some of these men know how to cook. Get these men in the kitchen and help calm some of this extra stuff. It ain't got to be tradition. Mix it up in there so our sons can see that. My son can peel potatoes better than my daughter, and she twice his age. I'd rather have him in the kitchen over her. So it's just stuff like that we're constantly unlearning to try to create a better generation.
Yep.
What's up? Cool, but that's good. I wish it was more, less of a stigma around it and more around it, so that people will be okay. I think, if you hear the horror stories, so to speak, of or the misconceptions of kids growing up in a same-sex household. Oh, they, that's not right, and it's going to be, are they going to grow up to be gay and all the kind of things that if they're going to be gay, they're going to be gay regardless, not because they grew up in this same-sex household. But then I guess everyone's looking for a reason or looking for a blame.
Yes.
Hoping to put the blame on somebody else, and take the responsibility and take the responsibility of themselves and put it on somebody else and say it's because of this happened, it's because of that happened. And I love how you all parent and the amount of love that's in that household. It's great to see. I thought that your wife would be the disciplinarian and you would be the lenient one, but it was shocking to me to hear that you were the disciplinarian. She's the lenient one, but it's good to see. I'm glad that your kids have a loving household, loving family, and that's what they know is love.
Thank you so much. And thanks to our village, we love the consistency of having y'all around. And even when they see y'all, it's not, okay, well, they're gay. There's no explanation. Like, I don't even think we termed y'all as that. They just see y'all, know y'all. They know that y'all are consistent. They see y'all pictures. They know that y'all are present. And to be honest, it's more than our blood family. That's why I love the LGBT community, because we show up for one another regardless, because we know what that means, and that's valuable to us.
That's very true. That's very true. So, yeah. All right.
Good conversation, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Mama Kim, you ready? We keep getting better. Lord.
Yeah. Come on, super producer.
I was like, producer, help me out. Well, earlier, the producer asked me to end our conversation with an uplift. I sent two, but the one that him and Mr. Mo liked the most, and I'm reading it from my phone because I ad-lib sometimes, but this is very important. June. Yes, I do ad-lib a lot. June is National Pride Month, and remember, have no fear, and your story can help and change or inspire others in this world we call life. So always remember, like, this whole conversation, like, I feel so good. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow like, baby.
For real.
Yeah.
I feel really, really good about this conversation, and just, baby, Mrs. Lanier.
Lanier. Come on now.
You just made it just okay, right? Mario always make it okay, but today I seen another side of him. So this whole hour and 45 minutes, even though I'm thinking about my bed, it made me stay engaged because this man gave me something that he never gave before. thank you for being open and letting us come into your world. Because Mario came out, baby, and that gave me joy in my soul.
Yeah.
And it didn't have to, and it took him, baby, we about to open a little restaurant. Come to Oliver's and Mamie, because I got to put it out there so I can speak it out. Because he just did something that I just never thought he would do. So I know when we got to go flip these little chicken wings or fish sandwiches, but we gonna be classier, because you know black people always think it's gonna be some chicken wings and fish. But we might have it's not, baby. We's gonna be classy, but we might have a little chicken wing or two on the weekend. But this was really, really good, and I'm very proud of this. And just this us four, this was amazing. And so to leave with this uplift of, and like you said earlier, it don't have to be June. It could be any day, any month, any year that you uplift and make somebody feel okay.
Yeah.
And I concur with that, and I second that. And I just say to you, Mama Kim, and to you, Stovall, you know, I appreciate you guys being such a safe space for so many, not just myself, but for others. And I just hope that you guys can continue that role, so to speak. And there's a lot of broken people out there that need that, and you'll be surprised at what you're bringing and what you're offering them, and you may not even know it. You know what I'm saying? Your good morning, your hey is just it could be just what somebody needs to start opening up and opening up to you and stuff like that. So definitely appreciate you guys for being allies.
Thanks.
And it's not easy accepting this. Coming from people back in the day, just to, man, I better accept it, because I do feel like some producers, some TV advertisements be forcing it. All right, let's shove the gays in front. Okay, pipe down. Rugrats can be Rugrats without a gay character.
That's right.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, not to go belabor it anymore, but I think in their minds, I think that's their way of trying to be more inclusive. But it doesn't necessarily have to be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think get offended if it wasn't there. But you know, I guess
just the whole campaign of being inclusive is really getting on my nerves. Like, I'm looking at commercials and I'm looking at shows and stuff, and the dynamic. I'm like, I've never even seen that in real life. You see a Chinese woman with an African man, or you see a
and they got a red
I'm just like, can I just see one white and white couple and one black and black couple? I don't see it anymore. I don't see it on commercials. I don't see it on TV, to where it feels weird to me, because I'm like, there's no white on white couples no more. There, like, everybody is interracially. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the whole campaign is too pushed. I think it's too pushed. But then you'll get people like, I want to be represented. I got that, but yeah, that's another conversation. Producer, help us out. We'll get on another episode.
Right.
Look like we lost Mrs. Lanier.
My fault.
But thank you, ladies, for another great episode. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. You can find us on Off Topic on YouTube, and also Off Topic Podcast on Instagram and also TikTok. So,
woo.
Good job. Good.
Get our handles, subscribers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.